and chose. I mean, went in to vote and everything. A lot of reasons for that, but yes. So yeah, but that seat was definitely already quite a stronghold for Daryl.
Daryl Iking and Daphne Iking, any relation?
Tak ada kena mengena langsung. Dia ada L. Saya tak ada L. That doesn't look quite right. He's got an L. Macam, okay, never mind. Sayang lah, sian. Tak, lah.
So you did want to go back and do your part, but I think a lot of Sabahans from West Malaysia didn't go back. I think the voter turnout was something like 60-something%.
Yeah.
And okay, just off the top of your head, your immediate reaction to current results.
Well, I think, honestly, I really thought Warisan was going to win, actually, because of the social media that they had. They were going very strong on social media, and you know how social media that seems to be the in thing right now. I mean, look at Bosco, right? And I thought that would work in their favor because it was quite apparent that they were going all out on that. However, I'm surprised, slightly surprised that they didn't. But I'm also not very surprised also at the same time because I think people are a little bit upset. You see, Sabahans are very... We say that we are all about friendly people. We love each other. We started the One Malaysia culture before One Malaysia campaign was even introduced. But if I really have to be honest, there is still a tinge of racism. There is a sense of tribism. I don't think that's the right word also. But there is that clan mentality where saya jaga kampung saya jaga saya punya community. I don't think anyone would actually say it out loud, but I'm actually going to say this out loud only because I work with the issue of statelessness, and it's always between kita versus dorang. You know what I mean? So I think there is...
I don't know what you mean because you were talking Sabahan. So
I'm getting a bit serious here, right? It's supposed to be like comic and everything, but it's true, you know?
Not at all.
Yeah. So that's just how it is. It's about the West Coast and the East Coast. There's still a bit of a divide there, and I think
it's like the Bloods and the Crips, lah.
Yeah, something like that,
and all that. But no, it's interesting, Daphne, that you should say this because they're kind of like what you were saying, why just now, where at the end of the day, people were still voting for their puak, their tribe, their kind.
Yes.
You know,
and they want to make it, Warisan was very much on unity and Sabah for Sabahans, or Sabahans for Sabah. And but I think it has a lot to do with the confusion that's taking place federal on national level, where suddenly you've got DSAI of Anwar who's saying that he's going to helm and PKR, DAP. So now the Sabahans are a bit confused, like, okay, what's going on? Because, I'm a bit confused. And then there was also the introduction of a not so new party, Parti Cinta Sabah, which was the only party that sort of allowed 73 candidates. They had 73 candidates, and it was relatively new because they were on a rebranding exercise. They didn't expect that the election is going to take place. So that sort of split the votes because they didn't want to be associated with either Warisan or PN. So that split the votes, and that was where a lot of people were like, and orang Sabah ni kan kalau betul-betul kan they don't have any bad. I mean, in general, most of us are like, kalau saya pilih si Harith atau si Chun Wai, walaupun Chun Wai dengan si Harith lain-lain parti, but after everything's done, settled and everything, we can still sit down and have a drink together and laugh. You know what I mean? So it's the same.
Bandung in my case, just to make sure that everybody's on the halal side of things.
Yeah, kau minum bandung lah, kau sirap bandung.
Yeah, bandung.
Yes, but you know what I mean. So it's not as if So I think that's what that confused them a bit because kalau saya tidak pick si geng ini, nanti Nina geng pun yang marah, tapi ini pun geng. You know what I mean? All the candidates are all gang ba. Jadi macam mana bikin susah. They split the vote. So. Yeah.
Okay. I love the way when Daphne's talking and she's like really sort of liberal English on one side.
Keeping it real, y'all. Keeping it real.
Kalau in Sabah, how you say keeping it real, y'all? Macam mana?
Alamak, tiada saya rasa. Si Chun Wai pun boleh buat betul dia punya Ada tu relative dia sana Sabah tu. Macam mana tu Chun Wai? Keeping it real.
Saya tatap sokong.
Saya tatap boleh lah kalau kau. Do you have any Sabahans in the audience?
No, there's no Sabahans here. I know. We have a comedian. His name is Mat Sabah, who coincidentally comes from Sabah. And I asked him to come tonight, but he actually was in Sabah. He went back to vote, so he's had to quarantine himself. Not 14 days, apparently.
Why?
I don't know what did the Majlis. Chun Wai, what's the official line?
I don't know.
Apparently, if you come back from Sabah, it's quite okay. Not 14 days.
Ayo,
I'm not sure how it works. But no, so Mat Sabah would have been the only Sabahan here. In fact, there's nobody from East Malaysia in here, which is quite strange. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Tiba-tiba Sabah has become the center of attention, right? Like Malaysia is holding its breath on Sabah. What's happening in Sabah? Chun Wai, explain why this is so.
Me?
Yes, you.
I'm still in a state of confusion. Okay. After what Daphne have said, even more confused. Okay. I think we'll be all confused for the next 48 hours until things are settled. Like what Daphne have said, when we look at Sabah, there's this misconception or naive thinking by people in Semenanjung, and I think that definitely agree with me, because we look at Sabah, the only place we have been to is only probably KK, maybe some holiday in Serpona, but we have never been to the entire Sabah. So it's actually a very complex state with a lot of ethnic groups, with a lot of identities, and then you have, of course, Sabahan original like Daphne, and of course Sabahan photocopy, kan? It's a term which is widely used in Sabah. Sabahan photocopy means people who had their instant IC and citizen, I think in 2008, I think.
Wow, go happen, really?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know.
And of course, it's still a very emotional subject in Sabah. And of course, they don't want to see Dr. Mahathir, which they were blamed for the cause. Okay, so it's very emotional now there, which a lot of people in Semenanjung may not be aware. But while the social media effort has been played up in the urban areas, if you go all the way to Bangi is spelled with a B-A-G-G-I, not B-A-N-G-I, okay? It's the most southern tip of Sabah, okay? And that when I went there some years back, I was actually shocked to see that there were ethnic group which actually dressed like Tarzan and sitting on top of trees, okay? Now, this is real, okay? This is not makeup. And you see that in these areas, communication is really bad, and that internet do not exist, and definitely social media will not mean anything. Now, this is a small community, maybe 50, 80, 100, okay? If you vote against a certain candidate, and then that you do not vote for a certain candidate who has been taking care of you, providing you kerosene, providing you fertilizer, providing you water, providing everything, you decided that you want to fight for social justice and freedom because your auntie is Semenanjung asked you to pray for him, okay? You will find
Your
out.
auntie gets around. She's talking to everyone.
Okay. And that you're the only guy left down there who voted otherwise. I think there'll be no fertilizer, no kerosene for you, okay? And I think that's pretty sad. That's how it works in Sabah.
I would go so far as to say that's how it works sometimes in Semenanjung as well. Because at the end of the day, it's bread and butter issues. This is my take on things like when people, let's say the inverted commas, modern urban people say, oh, why are you mengagungkan this particular politician is obviously, corrupt, blah, blah, blah. To the basic people in the street, which is a good 60 to 70% people who are living day to day, that doesn't matter because under a certain rule, I got my beras and my kerosene, so to speak. So regardless of how many inverted commas billion you tell me somebody has taken, that means nothing to me because now I'm not getting my beras and my kerosene.
I just want to share with you a story of Bung Mokhtar, the famous Bung Mokhtar. Okay, so I went to Kinabatangan. I decided to check out and talk to people. Then I realized that okay, this is Kinabatangan town. The most happening place in Kinabatangan town is a two-street thing. Is the KFC. Okay, KFC is a happening place, man. I'll date you. We go there tonight. They think that everybody is who's in KFC, okay? That's how
I
strong.
still feel that way about KLC.
Okay. So I went there and I speak to the people down there. I say that, why did you vote for Bom Bogota? Oh, Bom Bogota bagus bah. Dia orang baik bah. Kenapa bah? Then I say, of course. I say, look, when you live in Kinabatangan, if you ask me to go and vote, you're from Semenanjung. You say, you don't understand. It means having to give up my job for the day. I'm not a salary worker like you. I'm a daily wage earner. I work in a plantation. And if I go off, my boss is not going to pay me. I'm going to travel by boat, travel by bus. It takes a long time. So plus, I call it petrol, reimbursement, makan, gaji. Only Bom Bogota boleh bagi bah. Orang Semenanjung bodoh betul.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
that's how it works. So that's the reality over there. So you cannot blame them if they decided to vote for Bon Mokhtar, and they really hope that he'll be at least deputy chief minister lah. Okay.
Okay. Daphne,
Yeah.
what is in your WhatsApp group chats with your Sabahan family? You know, what is the buzz right now? What are the feelings? I mean, just in general, is it like over here? I know if it was some Semenanjung thing, there would be people at each other's throats. There still may be right now, but I'm not so sure. What?
Well, the majority of them are upset with the results, only because they feel that Perikatan Nasional is associated with being more federal than being on the state nationalism lah. There's a lot of state nationalism fueling right now. And I think those who are angry Warisan, who did not vote for Warisan, think that have decided to go against them or have voted for the independent candidates because they say, kau pun 2 kali 5 saja, kau bilang kau mau promise for us, but you didn't deliver either. For that 2 years that you were given the mandate, you didn't do shit for us either. So, dorang macam, dua-dua pun malas. Saya pergi vote orang yang saya tidak kenal lah. Baik, macam tu. So, that's where it gets a bit tricky. And you're right about that, Chun Wai, about Bong. Come what may, right? People, because some of my Semenanjung friends are like, how can they vote for him? He's so vulgar. He's so pakyu. He's everything that is just not leadership traits at all, yet they love him. And you're right, they do, they adore him. And I think part of that reason is because he is not a frog. It's as simple as that. They say dia tidak pernah lompat, kalau dia sana lah itu. And that is something very, very strong to the Sabahans. If you're loyal, you're loyal. You're loyal to that thing, whether it's good or bad, but you're loyal to that particular path or whatever it is. So and he's just a very jovial person. He's a bit rough, that's putting it mildly, but they love him.
Actually,
and if you
Carry on, Daph.
yeah, but yeah, so he's just rough, and I know him personally also. He's actually a very nice chap, but he's just very vulgar and very crude.
Okay, here's my thing. One thing I do respect about Bong Mokhtar, consistent.
Yep.
If he's going to say something stupid, he'll keep on saying something stupid. No, but consistently stupid. And when I say stupid, I don't mean he is stupid, but saying something stupid publicly, what society would deem stupid. Like, So, but he's consistent. That you can expect that from him, and for that, I give him props. And say, yeah, you know what? You're not pretending to be something
No,
you're not.
he's not pretending.
And you can't fault someone. You may not like them, you may disagree with them, but you can't fault them for being consistent to their character and to themselves. So it's like watching Trump. Trump is never going to suddenly come out and say something really intelligent tomorrow. That would then we'll be like, hey, why's this guy been lying to us all the time? He's going to say something stupid every day. Okay, so
definitely, you're right. It's tatap sokong lah.
Ya, ada tatap sokong juga, bah.
Tatap sokong.
Tatap sokong.
Tetap, is it?
Yeah, tetap. Like,
Tetap.
definitely.
I'm learning. So right now, Chun Wai, you are okay, guys. Let's get some inside scoop. You are inside. Your WhatsApp group must be blowing up right now. What is I heard they were all gathered at Shafi Abdul's house today. They were signing SD. I don't know. Someone missed out the T in the middle. They want to get STDs or they just sign SDs. What was that about? Do you know what that was about? Statutory declarations, I guess.
Okay, half an hour ago.
Inside, sorry. Half an hour ago.
Yeah.
First, you hear it first, 20, here's Facebook, you hear 27 seconds later.
Half an hour ago, my colleagues were telling me that, look, Hajiji is going to be sworn in tomorrow, but the fight is not over yet. Okay.
Oh my God.
There's this certain Warisan leader who is trying to get together 38 adun to join in. And Shafi has says that he's not going to concede defeat. So at this point, this is the scenario. Now, bear in mind that Bersatu has nominated Hajiji to be chief minister. That doesn't mean that he's already chief minister, right? He's nominated. Okay. So we still have got 24 hours more to go. And that we don't know. Politicians don't sleep. Frogs croak at night. Okay. So I know that in Sabah, if you're not sure of the loyalty of your fellow adun, what you do is you lock them up, collect their phones, and collect the ICs, so they will not go anywhere. I don't trust statutory declarations because politicians being politicians sign every single statutory declaration. Okay. If you come and ask me, can you sign? I say, boleh ba? Saya tolong, saya sokong Harith ba? So I sign. Then they definitely come and see me, Chun Wai, why you support Harith? You know, I can do better than that. I can give you more. Oh, ini sudah bagus ba? Kena sign. Okay. So I'm signing for everybody who's going to pay me. Okay. That's how it works in politics, and it's just normal in Sabah.
I mean, let's just say something which is maybe because a lot of the audience are non-Sabahans or non-Borneo. Look at what happened on Federal, where Anwar actually came up and said, okay, I've got the backing to say that I'm going to be the next PM, yada, yada. And then right after that, everyone saying no. And DAP said, we will only support him if he manages to get the majority or support that, da. So there's always that if, you know what I mean? That's the danger. So
I don't know about you. To me, I'm having a little bit of fatigue on all of this.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I need to get on with life. I need to
Absolutely.
get on with bringing up my family, with running a business, with putting food on the table, with paying my car bill, my house bill, and just watching all these people jump around and shout. I don't. Is there going to be an end to this? Chunwai, Daphne,
On Sunday, I used the word meluat. Fed up,
Yes.
okay? Fed up, okay? Seriously, why do people even bother to go and attend ceramah, put up posters and everything? They don't need that, okay?
let me check.
No.
Okay. Anybody in here ever been to a political ceramah? Don't count Bersih.
because
No, I don't see any hands. Okay.
Because
We're not this audience.
Harith, after they have won, they get a government post. You can't even reach them, okay? Can't even remember your name, okay? You won't see them. So forget about them. They don't need you. I've been cynical here, okay? I think a lot of people, my friends, are going to be very angry at me, but that's a fact, okay? If I can't get them, a lot of Malaysians can't get them, okay? Definitely, we can get them, okay?
Hey, excuse me,
But
sir.
they're already saying that, no, cannot be real now.
Chunwai, even after the elections, minister still see me. Hey, botak. See? They don't remember my name. They botak. So I can
They know
say
that-
I'm
they
one
know-
step ahead of you.
They know that Harry is powerful, you know. They can make serious jokes about them.
Yes, true.
Yeah, serious jokes about them. Power.
But no, so is there going to be an end to this? What do you think?
As long as there are politicians anywhere in the world, there will always be us the suckers, okay? Why do people bother to even follow Trump, who never even declares income tax? We got a problem paying our income tax, okay? And then you have politicians around here. They're the same, okay? Definitely was talking about Sabahan nationalism. Come on, can I name names tonight, okay? Bernard Dompo, Jeffrey Kintingan, Shafi Abdal, they were part of the government for 10 years, okay? They attended cabinet meetings, they met every single prime minister, and we have changed prime minister 3-4 times, okay? They were part of the government. And what were we doing in the government? Didn't they fight for Sabah nationalism? Election come, oh, Sabah, Tatap, Sabah, and all that. Oh, come on, please, okay? So I have very little faith for politicians. I only have faith for Hari Iskandar.
Weh, nampak tu.
After I get elected, I won't remember you. Jess, I just want you to know lah. I will be normal politician.
Saya bagi SD nanti tolong sign.
Asalkan jangan bagi FPD.
But it's really sad, because we really have a few really good leaders also out there in both camps. So, I was on Twitter and then they were saying, okay, Haji Jika, si Bong, and I said, why not Masidi, who is part of who won and is part of the PN. He's in Bersatu, if I'm not mistaken, right, Papa? And he's really good. He's wise, he's calm, he's collected. He probably would be able to get everyone together, but no, because not popular vote, I don't know. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. We've got really good leaders. I'm still a optimistic person in this, and I'm idealistic, and I'd like to think that we have good people. It's just it's governed by the system. It's the system that they ata ikatla ba. Itulah itu. That's why I think there were a lot of independent candidates. They didn't want to be part of that. They thought they are just like me. They want to be idealistic and say like, tidak payahlah, saya cubalah. But at the end of the day, you need to be somewhere, and you have to be with the stronger team so that you will be able to make policies matter. It's very frustrating lah.
Hopefully, the 3 independents have joined GPS, right? Sudah lompat bah?
Lompat sudah kah? No lah, not all
Sudah.
Ayah, you see, I cannot even keep track already, Junwai. Saya panat to. Itulah. Meluat sudah saya.
Anybody in the audience want to say something or ask something or have a particular opinion, unpopular or popular? Anybody out there? No, nobody?
I've got some people here on Facebook asking me, right? The most important thing is the results. It's from Gavin. It's already decided. I agree. Sincerely hope the new government is doing something to serve its people. I think, that's correct. I think everyone should just accept. Should we? Yeah, I think we should. Yes, because that's just how it is. I know the voter turnout wasn't great, but that's just how it is. We can get angry and whatever, but let's just accept it. The faster we accept it, and then we can move on. And it's not just about depending on the leaders, but it's also a community thing where people have to do their part also. I mean, if you're going to be depending on the leader, but you yourself don't go and segregate your waste, for instance. So, yeah, we can't always depend on the leaders. We've got to.
Well, that's the thing, though. Malaysia, we've kind of grown up in the anything, blame the government. Anything, blame the government. Like, until when?
Yeah.
You need to just start doing things, taking responsibility for ourselves, I think. That's just my small take on things. But if you what? Okay, we're gonna move slightly away from this topic and move back to Malaysia as a whole.
Okay.
What are we, 61 years now? Did we have 61? Is it 60? 60.
Kijapa, 57,
67,
63.
63.
63 bare.
Yeah. 63. So, the thing is, right now, we're still in a pandemic. We are still in a pandemic, and there are so many people who have been on a daily wage in the last 6 months who have dropped in way below the poverty line. And we seem to be focusing on politics. First, it was the Sheraton move, and now it's all on SABAH. And I personally, I'm just waiting for the one moment where, everyone decided, you got your seats. Can we all now just start working together, or at least working for the rakyat, or at least putting forward, moves or putting forward decisions that will not put money into people's pockets, but keep the economy going, because this is a tough time for everyone. So I personally, meluat is a good word. I think we'll just open a party meluat lah. we got party Cinta Sabah, which sounds like a tourism.
There is a party Cinta Sabah, Harith.
Yeah, I just heard.
Yeah, there is.
Cinta Sabah. I can hear the song already. And then we just second track on the album. Meluat, meluat. Meluat, aku meluat. Ginci, ho. Okay, so I'm just taking it away. I'm so sorry about that. So you're on your Facebook, right? That people, I know you have a lot of followers. Daphne. By the way, how is the little boy doing? I've not seen you since.
I know. The last time I was at your house and having laughs. I was actually I didn't really know yet. I was in my early pregnancy at that time.
Oh my gosh!
And we were having a lot of laughs.
A lot of laughs.
Yeah.
On ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your baby's.
So it's good. He's good. It's just we're very overwhelmed. I mean, I didn't expect the baby to come, but he's here, so we'll just have to embrace rezeki dari Allah. So yeah.
Yo, tiba-tiba je cakap macam Melayu. Tadi wah.
You think she's contesting next round?
I know
Macam
lah.
calon lah.
Itulah.
I don't think I can lah. No heart lah. Scared lah. I scared.
No, you guys, you got to follow Daphne King on her Instagram and her Facebook. One thing about Daphne, she inverted comma doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't.
She says what she wants to say, and you portray yourself very authentically, and
That's why I
really
cannot be
like that
candidate.
about you. That's
Oh,
why
I'll be like the other bong then, the Pakyu, huh? You know what my husband was saying? They said, right, we should have a female prime minister.
Ooh. Wow, suddenly the crowd here got alive. Tiba-tiba all the women were like, yeah.
Bagus.
Okay, here we go. Let's start this. Let's talk about this for 10 minutes. Why should we have a female prime minister?
Because
Start.
I think, the men keep on fighting amongst themselves. They clearly have this MCP problem or ego that they have amongst themselves. The women that are doing work are quietly doing their work. Look at the Hanas, the Yobi Bins, what else? A few more lah. Okay, those are the two that I can fully support because I work with them. I've seen them work. I know how they work. But it's the females who are majority. Yeah, they're good. And we can multitask. We can multitask, We're just, I think we're able to bring this nation into a better state.
For you.
Harry,
Do you agree here?
Can you imagine lah? Your wife, me, all I can name a few already. We have our party perempuan there. Don't know what lah. We'll name ourselves. Got the muda. I don't know. We will be the tua sedikit perempuan like that.
Definitely. I can see that your husband Joe Belushi is overworking tonight. Have to carry baby, breastfeeding while you're talking.
Because that's the thing. That's great, isn't it? How men are accountable. I mean, it's no longer about the women being the one yang have to do all the housework and everything. It's a fair game now. It's good. Like he's holding the baby. It's so awesome. While I'm here talking cock like that. Terbalik already, switch role.
We got to get Bro Mokhtar and Daphne on the same stage. Then they will like, back you, back and forth. At the end of the day, like, all have a glasses.
Wow, suddenly even my comments, all the girls, woman power, yes, agree with you, Pon. Your woman power, yes, Daphne, there you go. See, all the women.
Okay,
I think there will
she
be.
agree with you, porn. She's not talking about that.
No, I'm not talking about porn stars or porn channels, okay? It's my nickname.
Yeah, how did it happen, porn?
Because my grandmother couldn't pronounce Daphne. It's such an English name. Actually, it's Greek to be more precise. So she calls me Depone. Depone! Nombor ko Zelti Depone! So it's Depon, Pons. And now people call me the porn star. Because, I'm a star of my own right. And I'm a
Let's
porn.
get into that one, shall we? Chinwai, you got a nickname?
Ahui!
Ahuya!
Someone accidentally sneezed and it's stuck, or what? Ahui came from where?
Actually, it's a Hokkien version of Chunwai. Chunwai is Cantonese, okay?
Okay.
That's Penang been a Hokkien town, and my mom was a very dominating Nonya person. So it's Hokkien. She says, Ahui! Okay, Ahui, yeah.
So there are still people, your friends from back in the days who call you Ahui, is it?
Yeah, still do.
I've got a name too. Ali.
No way.
How did it happen?
Same like a Pon Pon.
Because what? Harith? Ali?
Iskandar is Alexander. My Malay grandmother couldn't pronounce Alex. Ali. So in school, I was Ali. Standard 1 to Form 5, I was Ali. If I hear someone across the street go, Ali! That's my school friend. But after I came back from university, I had to fill out borang and all. I couldn't use Ali because Ali is nama driver. I want to be successful. No one successful other than Muhammad Ali is Ali. But Ali, bawa kereta Ali. Ali ke depan ni Ali. But no one goes, Haris, bawa kereta. Cannot. So I had to revert back to my real name.
Okay.
But so we have Ali, Ahui, and Bon. Let's start a show. It's like it sounds like that kopitiam, Ali, Ahui, and Bon. Pretty cool. I like that. I like Ahui. I like Bon. And also Joe was showing up just now in his singlet. I just want a big shout out to Joe Lebosi, who's carrying the weight of a baby right now. He looks
Do you
like
know that his real name is actually Azmi Abdurrahman? So that is his nama IC.
Alhamdulillah,
Azmi Abdul Rahman, yeah. But then before he managed me, so Azmi Abdul Rahman or Joe Labosi is my husband manager, okay, for the benefit of those watching or in the audience right now, right? And before he managed me, Amber Chia's husband was our manager. So Amber and I shared the same manager. So Adrian managed both Amber and I. And then they got married, and then they had a kid. So they said, Adrian actually said, "Can I just take a sabbatical leave? Are you going to be okay on your own?" And I said, "It's fine. I'll just." At that time, I was dating Azmi. So for some reason, Amber Chia, you all know Amber Chia, right, guys? You guys know Amber?
Yeah.
Okay. So Amber cannot pronounce Azmi's name. Ajmila, Amirla, Alila, don't know what. So he said, ay, you just call me Jola. Okay, Joey, But so he started getting that name Joe became an industry name for him. And then people start saying, Joe what? What do I put you down as? When you put in your, those days, BBM pin lah. Oh, Joe apa. And then they put Labosi, which is actually our company name. So that's how he got his name, Joe Labosi.
Oh, so this is Amber's fault. I will talk to her.
Joey.
Italian gangster.
Labosi.
Labosi.
But Chun Wai, rest assured, I'm going to calling you Ahui from now on.
Ahui, yeah.
It's been that kind of day. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody would like to ask something before we wrap up this segment of the show? Anything? Anybody like to say anything to Daphne? Anything? Daphne, is your Instagram blowing up? Guys, follow Daphne on her IG as well. Chunwai has also got his own Facebook Live show. Is it a regular? It comes
Real Chunwai every Wednesday and Friday.
Is there no one who's not real? Chunwai, is there someone that is faking you or something? I'm just curious.
Definitely, they have photocopy Sabahan lah. Mesti ada photocopy.
Oh, of course, tatap.
So that's a Facebook live chat. I'm going to be in one of the future episodes. You're going to have Pon as well on one of the episodes.
Definitely.
So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much to Daphne Eiking.
Thank you, guys. Good night, guys.
And thank you very much to Chun Wai as well. Hold on, just chill for a while. Guys, thank you so much for coming out here and watching on Facebook as well. We're going to take a short 10-minute break, but after this, we're going to come back with some live stand-up comedy, but only for those of you live in the audience. Unfortunately, those on Facebook, you want to come, you gotta buy a ticket.
Yeah, let's make sure.
So you guys want to stick around for some stand-up comedy? Yeah! All right, awesome. Once again, terima kasih. Daphne, one last time, whack it out in Sabah. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih semua. Jaga-jaga kamu korang. Kamu dah new ketua menteri sudah. Bagus. Ngam later.
Bagus. All right, bagus. Everybody, bagus. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. Selamat malam, guys.
Thank you to Chun Wai. Thank you to everybody on Facebook. We're going to close it off right now. Thank you. Okay, guys, I tell you what. We're going to go for how much is it? 10, 15-minute break? We got a 15-minute break. There'll be a countdown timer. This is not Malaysian time. 15 minutes means 15 minutes. We're going to start 15 minutes. So you can stay in the audience and you can.
Okay, so that was my little impromptu conversation with Harith Iskandar. For those of you who have been joining in on my Facebook, as well as my, what else? Is there on YouTube? No, it's all on Facebook. Thank you guys for so much. Sorry because saya tidak dapat jawab sebab sebenarnya ini under platform si Harith bah. So Harith is doing his live show with Datuk Chun Wai, Wong Chun Wai. Datuk Wong Chun Wai is actually if I'm not mistaken, the group editor for The Star newspaper. So he also has his own chat and they invited me over just to speak about the Sabah election. So now I'm going to address some of the conversations that we have here. Whatever it is, guys, let's keep it let's keep the conversation constructive, okay? Because I see some of you already fighting, and at the end of the day, you're right. To most of you, I mean, there's a Jonathan and there's a Muhammad over there, who's like, berperang sikit, and that's normal because that's just how democracy works. You have your own political beliefs and you have your right to choose and to vote. You should exercise that right to vote and to choose your preference, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree, but we can also agree to disagree and be constructive about our feedback. So let's not do anything below the belt, okay? Muhammad, I think I wanted to address, I think someone was saying like, oh, that is not what the majority wants, because Harith actually asked me, I just wanted to clarify with you guys in case some of you like got a bit upset. I'm not saying that the majority wanted or are unhappy with the results. I'm just saying that the chat rooms or the people that I associate back home are uneasy with or uncomfortable with the results, only because for many factors. I'm just upset with myself that I was not able to fly home, and I actually had flights to go back at 2 p.m. Another girlfriend of mine who's also in KL also had those flights to go back, and it was for me, myself, my anak, because he's breastfeeding, as well as Joe to go back. But Joe said better not, because at that point of time there was this WhatsApp going on. I think a lot of you also received it, yang cakap yang nanti ada mandatory quarantine, and then on the 27th. So he was a bit worried, because at the end of the day there's a few factors here. One, I'm a freelance business owner and I cannot afford to be home quarantined for 2 weeks, regardless if you are tested or not. I think if you test for it and if you're not COVID positive, then you are okay lah. But the whole process of having to be swabbed, and I had to do that when I delivered Elon, and it's not a very comfortable thing to get your, the swab test done. That's one. But worse if I was actually infected. Imagine my anak, because it's dangerous for orang tua sama babies bah. Itu yang bahaya. So I didn't want to risk that, and I understand where my husband's concern was. Two is, walaupun saya marah macam tu, saya tidak balik, I wanted to urge a lot of those who had the capacity to go and vote di Sabah to go and do it. I heard that a lot of people didn't feel like going out to vote. Maybe dorang takut juga COVID, which is understandable. Semua takut juga mau pergi vote because they don't want to be exposed, especially yang orang-orang tua. Tapi itulah itu, ada yang saya rasa marah juga because dia bilang kalau saya vote, siapa-siapa pun ada pandai lompat sini, lompat sana, lompat sini. Either that, or they feel that the candidates or the ones that will be put forth to lead the state isn't someone that they can really say, okay, he's my guy, or he's she. See, it's always a he, there's no she. He's my guy. They don't feel that, so biarlah siapa-siapa yang dapat pun, biarlah dia dapat lah, that sort of sentiment. So it's very sad indeed. So I'm gonna try and see some of the comments that I have here. A lot of you, especially the female ones who are commenting, are saying female for the win. I agree. Sabah, I think they only had about 9.7% of women candidates. And I had this little chat with someone also when we were talking about this prior to the elections. You can't really fault women not wanting to join politics, because it's another socio-economical problem altogether, which I won't delve into this talk set, because I think I'll save that for another day. But I don't blame women who don't want to, they don't want to be part of this. Not because it's only a man's game or whatever. It's purely because, there's just, I'm not going to talk about it today. It's just a little bit more crazier. Let's pray for a better Sabah. We will survive this ordeal. Don says, I feel so sad when some of the mindset kind of go into that direction. Mengundi pun tidak apa-apa juga. We got to change that mindset, man. It's not late to change something for our Sabahan future. I agree. And you know what's really sad? Like here in Semenanjung, there seems to be a very strong youth movement, And I thought Sabah would be also receptive towards that, towards having more female, more youth-oriented candidates. But I guess at the end of the day, the majority of voters who did go and vote are still more comfortable with the otais lah. Why? I don't know. Maybe because kalau tidak, people that you don't know, you don't trust. Better the devil you know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out that sentiment. Why? Because if in another, if they don't call for national election early, GE early, we can expect this another election in another 2 years, Papa? Hi Lester. Happy Thoughts is saying Def ko run lang for YB. I was actually approached few GEs ago. But I don't think I have the stamina nor the emotional capacity, to be honest, to run as a candidate, because it does take a lot, of your time. It's not easy. So at the same time, while we always like, orang politik ni bikin panas. Kasian ba those candidates yang they don't have the machinery or the resources, the money. And I'm not talking about money to buy votes. I'm even talking about that where you have to put in, berapa itu? You have to put in how much? 10,000. You have to put in 10,000 as your, what do you call it? Kau punya apa ba? Deposit. Kau punya deposit, 10,000. Or there are some candidates, potential ones out there who I feel like, kenapa kau tidak run untuk jadi candidate? Kau bagus It's mostly some of my activist friends, but they feel they don't want to because they're so worried that at the end of the day, they will be terikat to the system. And when I say terikat to the system, there's so much red tape that they takut to pijak orang lain ba, nanti nothing gets done. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these activists wants to ensure that policies are passed and executed well. Tapi to lobby those policies is a tricky thing. So if you are already part of a political party, you need to macam jaga-jaga hati. Because at the end of the day, politics is about that. It's all about diplomacy, But as an activist, what I'm doing right now, where I can champion my cause, I don't have to be scared. There's this thing that I really cannot stand and I really don't understand. Is how we mengagung-agungkan the ministers ba. Macam, oh my God, And I was a little bit sad because as an MC, I've got like the list of salutations, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, So list of salutations. Like if I'm MCing, I MC'd once in Dubai, my salutation was this. Very good morning, honorable guests, distinguished honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to XYZ. Kalau di sini, Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Najib Muhammad Yang berhormat Yang berhormat And the list is so damn panjang. Distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Whereas in Western countries kan, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So we so like mengagung-agungkan. Like if one name of the minister tidak akan masuk atau tersilap dia punya YB, dia punya datuk tidak akan masuk, Datuk Seri, Dr. Panglima, whatever. If you miss one title, big issue. This MC not good. You know what I mean? Everyone so mengagung-agungkan ba. So, having said that, I MC'd for a very long time. I've been a professional MC for the past 18 years. So naturally, when 2018 took place, and then we had a new government of Harapan. So mula-mula macam tu juga, they said definitely jangan letak protokol, tidak payahlah. I just want. So there was some ministers said like, just say honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, and it was great. It was a good feeling to feel that way, where I just had to go straight to the point. I'm like, are you sure? I was asking the protocol officers, are you sure? Don't tidak mau kena announce Datuk so and so minister or so and so. Tidak mau. But lama-lama after a few months, protokol sudah masuk, mau lagi panjang lagi tu salutations, bikin panas. I think it's because we so mengagung-agungkan. We can respect them nonetheless. Of course we can, But tidak payah mengagung-agungkan ba, itu yang dorang naik kepala itu. Kau tahu ka? They serve the people ba, they serve the rakyat. Right. Jane Lajami says, maybe our youth don't want to get in the mess of no power. Maybe you're right. They're afraid. The education or money. Okay, Nazrul, I will shout out your name. Hi, Nazrul. Patricia Young, as someone commented in Facebook, we need to touch the hearts of people in the interior. Correct. Someone said we need to remove this gen from the fact of this earth and make way for a younger this generation from the face of this earth and make way for a younger set. Yeah, so Christopher agrees that ministers terlampau agung-agungkan. Elvira says, yeah, terlampau panjang salutation tu. In fact, I don't know, this is something now really going out of topic, but sometimes I don't understand, like kalau buat speech kan panjang tu bunga ba? Panjang mo kasi cerita. Why can't you just go straight to it? Like if we're going to be talking about, okay, let's say we are gonna launch this bottle, and this bottle has ABC kebaikan of it lah. Just say lah, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us today. Today we are going to launch this wonderful bottle. And why am I going to launch this bottle today? Because it is sturdy, it is great, it is da da da. So thank you all for joining us. The price is la 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 la. Keep it short and simple. Like, you know, tidak payah bercakap like, hi. First salutations then panjang, and then after that they go and talk about the, you know, the I don't know. It's damn panjang. I'm like, fall asleep already lah. But that's just how it is. Bunga. Okay. Hi, Margaret. Kibat. Are you my cousin? Zaliha Rashid. This is what you will not see in Singapore. Alhamdulillah. Singapore also. I've done a MC gig in Singapore. And I was a bit surprised because they wanted it short and sweet also. And I also did one in Malaysia. But it was for the for Qatarians. And they too wanted it short and sweet. Just stick to the script. And it was very brief. And that was it. Even when I introduced my singer, at that time, my entertainer was Yuna. They didn't want like any flowery. They just said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome award-winning musician from all the way from Malaysia. She flew in all the way from Singapore, from New York just to be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yuna. No need like, panjang lebar, explain all. Alright. Absolutely, Farahin Wahidi should be short and precise. And then the problem is when we keep it too short and precise, nanti they sakit hati bah, offender macam, kau tidak mention kah saya punya award XYZ. Alright guys, since we're just I don't think we've got any more comments here. I was just a guest on Harith's show. That's the reason why we're doing live today. And we were talking about the Sabah elections. I understand that it is confirmed that we have a new Ketua Menteri, Datuk Hajiji. And congratulations to PN. Oh, we've got some information here. Oh, sorry, we've got some comments over Instagram also. Yeah, nama pun distinguished respective guests. Alright, so yeah, thank you all for joining us. Anything else we want to highlight? Nope, nothing. October is coming. It's just crazy. We've got a rise of COVID cases. So just be careful on the road and be more vigilant on the road. Outside there, wear your mask, social distancing, and make sure you protect yourselves, clean your hands and stuff like that. You know the drill. My name is Stephanie Eiking. It's been a pleasure doing an impromptu live with all of you. I missed you guys so much, and I hope to be doing more lives. Please comment on some of the things that you would like me to talk about. Till then, Joe Lebosi and Daphne Eiking signing out.
Come on, give it up. Open funny. Good evening. What? What?